Assalamualaikum. मैं हूँ साइमा. In this video, you will learn how to take general English and upgrade it to business English. And we'll be doing that by looking at different verbs that you can use, adjectives, nouns, and so on. But today in this lesson, we will be focusing on 8 verbs. But you might be asking, only 8 verbs? And I can become a manager? Well, yes. Why? Because I'm going to show you how these 8 verbs to start with can actually be used in 100 ways in different collections or combination of words. So therefore, you will be able to use them in all kind of situations. Definitely in professional situation, but also in social situations or personal situations. So let's start right now. So let's suppose what you want to say in general English or regular English, something like this. I need to find out what's wrong. So suppose your idea in your mind is that I need to find out what's wrong. So how can we say that in more professional English? I need to identify the problem. Now suppose the idea you are trying to convey is I need to fix the problem. Fix is very ordinary word. So what better word could be used here? I need to resolve the issue. So resolve is just a like solve, but usually we say solve the problem, but we might say resolve the issue. So resolve is an even higher and more advanced word, and the higher vocabulary that you use, the more professional you will sound. Okay, next, I need to give people confidence. So what's good word or verb for that to give somebody confidence is to something start with M. I need to motivate my employees. Next is I need to give client my attention. So here we have a very weak verb. So how can you use say that I need to give my attention? I need to focus our client. Sound a lot better than saying I need to give my attention to my client. I need to focus. Next is I need to spend as little as possible. Spend as little means spend as little money. So what's one word that capture that idea to spend as little as possible? Do you know what it is? I need to minimize our expenses. When you minimize something, you reduce it to as much as possible. And again, we are going to see so many different ways in which we can use this verb and all these verbs. Okay, not just the way I have done it here. We resolve the issue. We are going to see lots of other things. You can resolve a lots of other things. You can minimize. Okay. Next is I need to make as much money as possible. So what's a good verb for that? I need to maximize money as possible. Or I need to maximize our earning. Earning means the money that you make. Next, I need to get more work. So instead of saying get more work, we can say that more business. We need to generate more business. More business means to create more business. Instead of saying get more work, we sound very ordinary. We generate more business. We need to create more business. And the last one is I need to use the new ideas. So instead of saying use the better word, we can use implement. To implement idea means to put it into practice. Let's say you have an idea that great, we all have good ideas, but what are you going to do with that idea? I need to implement the strategies. I need to implement the recommendations. You want to use it, you want to put it into practice, you want to implement it. But not only can you implement idea, you can implement lots of other things. You are to actually use them at work or in a job interview or in your email, your professional emails. Okay. Now I am going to show you how to take these 8 words and use them in so many other ways. Let's start with our first 4 words. So first word is identify. What does identify mean? It means to find who or what. For example, if you want to start a new business, you need to also identify the risk of starting a new business. What is the risk? The danger, the possible problem, the risk. Or if you want to hire someone, you need to identify or find, you need to identify the right person for the job. Now what I want to show you on this side is that you can not only use this verb in business and professional situation but also in all kind of other situation in your life. For example, you and your brother might sit down and discuss the fact that we need to identify the reason why Hamza not doing well in school or how we can help him. We need to identify the ways in which we can save money. So you see that we can use it in everyday life as well. But we are using a high level vocabulary. The next is resolve. Again, resolve is like a solve. We need to resolve the situation. We need to resolve a crisis. What's a crisis? It's a very serious situation. Emergency kind of situation is a crisis. We need to resolve the disagreement. We need to resolve the disagreement between our children because they keep fighting. We need to resolve the tension between these two neighbors. The next word is motivate. We need to motivate our staff. We need to motivate the team to do well. We need to motivate our kids. Motivate our kid to do their homework. I need to motivate my brother to find out another job. Now the next word is generate. So what's the generate? To create more of something. To generate more sales. Of course, that's usually the objective and the goal of most companies, or to generate more revenue. Revenue is just a business word for basically more money. You need to generate more interest in a particular subject. Let's say your child is not interested in science or in some other subject like a geography. You want to be able to help him to generate more interest in that subject or generate more enthusiasm for helping you in the house. Now let's focus on our next four words. You can focus on priorities. What's the priorities? The things that are most important. The thing you should really be paying attention to are your priorities. We can focus on your goals, your objective, your dreams, your vision, your ambitions, and so on. We need to focus on your studies. We need to focus on improving your grades, improving your health. The next is minimize. Minimize means to reduce the lowest level. So we need to minimize cost. Costs are like expenses. We need to minimize the time that wasted by many people in this department. We need to minimize the noise. There's some time in this neighborhood we need to minimize the amount of money we are spending on coffee. Next word is maximize. So maximize means to make as high as possible. We need to maximize our profit. Profit is the money that you earn after you have paid everything and everyone. Need to maximize efficiency. Efficiency is productivity, how well you work in terms of time, in terms of all your resources. Maximize efficiency. As a student or as a parent, you want your children or you want yourself you want to be able to maximize your grades. You want to maximize your investments. Now here you see that I am using a lot of other business vocabulary and generally more advanced vocabulary. So you have a chance as you learn these 8 verbs to also learn a lots of these collection and combination with other noun. The last verb is implement. So the implement something mean to actually put into practice, not just talk about it but to actually do it. So we need to implement the changes, we need to implement a new policies that the department or that the company has come up with. We need to implement the safety rules, we need to implement the consultant's suggestion or recommendations. So there are so many different kind of example you could write about something that relevant to you and that will help you to remember these words and understand this word properly. And last of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for watching and all the best with your English.